What's up YouTube, Magnolia Mo here. Today we are going to unbox the best-selling 2-channel desktop amplifier on Amazon. I am talking about the Fosi Audio BT20A PRO. Before we get started, I do want to thank Eric at Fosi Audio for sending me this review sample. He's been great to work with, and in arranging the delivery, it came pretty fast. As soon as I got back from vacation, it was there at my front door for me to pick up. The Fosi Audio BT20A PRO is a new generation Bluetooth amplifier integrating the high-performance Texas Instruments 3255 amp chip, which can bring up to 300 watts per channel into 4 ohms and allows ultra-low distortion across the audio band and superior audio quality. With tone controls, you can adjust the treble and bass in catering to your liking. The BT20A PRO is designed and made to bring you a whole new music enjoyment experience. Alright, so let's find out what is in the box. I like the packaging. So you have the BT20A PRO Power Amplifier ×1. It's nice. I like the multicolored knobs. User manual. And you have your 35 volts, 5 amp power supply. And you got your cable in it, right? So it has your tone controls, which kind of notch into the center right there, which I like. You got the power on and off button, and then you got your volume. You press, a long press will enable Bluetooth pairing, and then in the back you got your Bluetooth antenna, you got your binding post for your speakers, you got your RCA input, and you have a 3.5 millimeter pre-out. Now you ask, what is that pre-out for? I can think of many things to do with that. One would be to actually take that pre-out and integrate a sub. So now you have a 2.1 system, right? And the other would be to connect to powered speakers, right? If you have the line into your powered speakers, you could do that as opposed to Bluetoothing directly into your speakers. I prefer that. But, so you got your 2 RCA inputs, right? And then you got your binding post and that 3.5 millimeter pre-out, and then you got your DC input, which is compatible with 24 to 48 volts. It comes standard with the 32 volt 5 amp power supply, right? I would actually recommend going with the 48 volt 5 amp power supply. You can pick that up on Amazon for an extra cost, obviously, but that is important in driving power hungry speakers, for instance. So I'm going to actually test it with this power supply and see how it performs on my performs with my Bowers & Wilkins 686 S2s, the Martin Logan Motion 4s. I'm also going to hook him up to the towers that you see behind me, hook this guy up to the towers behind me, and see how it performs. With everything that I have read online, like I read an audio science review of this, it seems to have pretty good power. If you're going to use a 48 volt power supply, then I would say that you would get more wattage, and this would be for power hungry speakers. As I mentioned, I'm going to try it with the 32 volt and see how it performs. But from a specification standpoint, it is rated at 300 watts into 2 at 4 ohms. Terminating impedance is 2 to 8 ohms, so it's compatible with a variety of speaker impedances and loads that speakers would present. Input mode, Bluetooth and RCA, which is a positive, right? So all you do is you basically you use your smartphone or your iPad and just Bluetooth the audio directly into here and have it play on your speakers, or you can use the RCA input if you have an external DAC, right, coming from a PC, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the DAC that I have built into my PC. I'm also going to use an external DAC to see how it performs, similar to what I did with the Relic B50 amplifier. Frequency range is 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. Total harmonic distortion is 0.005%, which is very good. And signal to noise ratio is greater than or equal to 108 dB. So it's got the right specifications. Obviously has the right chip, the TPA3255 from Texas Instruments. The Bluetooth distance, they say it's up to 50 feet. You know, I say conservatively just go 30 feet, but I'm gonna try to see how far I can Bluetooth it to. You can also replace the op amps on this unit, right? You can go onto Amazon and there's a variety of op amps that you can get and see which, you know, signature sound you prefer. You can experiment with that if that's your cup of tea, but that is, I think that's a good value add, right? It comes with the standard NE5532 op amp, which the manual actually talks about, gives you directions on how to open this up and remove the op amp. I have that op amp replacing capability on one of my computer DACs, and I will tell you that it does make a difference, right? But you got to find the right type of op amp that you like, right? The sound signature for. And then lastly, you know, it does have high quality inductors to ensure large and stable power output for best listening experience. From a size perspective, you can see it is considerably smaller than the Aureolic B50 amplifier that I have currently in my setup, right? But you know, it's smaller because it's missing a bunch of items, right? So it's missing, as you can see, it's missing the HDMI capability, it's missing the USB DAC, does not have an optical input, and you know, the Aureolic has a phono input as well. So essentially, if you are going to listen to vinyl, you're going to need an external phono preamp or a turntable that has a phono preamp built in. Right, so it's missing a few bells and whistles, but as I mentioned, you know, if you're going to use this in a desktop setup or in an office or in a workshop, you don't need HDMI connectivity, you don't need USB DAC capabilities and so on and so forth. I don't use the USB DAC capability on the Aureolic anyways. So what I'm going to do is basically hook this up in the same setup that I have, right? And I'm going to run my B&Ws, my Martin Logans with this, and you know, provide my listening assessments in my next video. Until then, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.